political comedy with Hillary Herbert and Josh Edelman. Josh, I would like to officially endorse someone on our program today.
Nithya?
No, Josh. No, that's not the angle I'm going with. In fact, I live in Topanga Canyon and I am not allowed to vote for mayor of Los Angeles.
Woo!
So you don't have to worry about my opinion on that. Today I would like to officially endorse, since we finally have had someone come out publicly, a board-certified plastic surgeon from the American Board of Plastic Surgeons. I never remember the name of the board that used to count, but doesn't count anymore. Thank God we know this information. Josh, I can't remember which surgeon it was, but someone commented, and we'll get to the whole, and then someone, I don't know how to say his name still, Merckx. It's an obvious way to pronounce it, and I don't know how to pronounce it, but we'll get to that in a second. I would like to officially endorse as the best facial plastic surgeon in the business, Dr. Cameron Chestnut. We will now that we know that I believe it's the breath of. Also, I did this just walking in right here.
I watched it. Saw it happen.
God. Usually have a backup pair. People are into this.
It happened so quickly.
It happened so quickly.
It was amazing.
The breath of my knowledge, or one's knowledge. Here, hold on. The breath of one's knowledge, and then hold on. I need to take my jacket off for this part. How are we looking down here? Okay. The breath of
60,000 views.
The breath of one's knowledge. And then I think it's going to work better if I take my shirt off, because this is how Cameron Chestnut does it. And he's not a board certified plastic surgeon. He's a board certified dermatologist. And the breath.
This is like slut Jesus.
The breath of his knowledge. And then the depth of his knowledge.
Watch this be the podcast my girlfriend walks in on.
Josh, it was so nice knowing you. So this is, I believe, to be one of the best, world-renowned in the plastic surgery community, and respected by all his peers, which are not only other board-certified dermatologists, but board-certified plastic surgeons by the American Board of whatever the fuck it's called. If you take your shirt off on Instagram and describe the breadth and the depth, and even go further, describe the roots into the ground. I guess this is a tree now. I'm not sure. This is who I now endorse as the best facial plastic surgeon in the industry, Dr. Fuckface at Chestnut.
And you haven't used him.
I have not used him, but moving forward, he's the only surgeon that I would consider using. And I know that we shouldn't limit, our respect only towards board certified plastic surgeons. We can put our trust into board certified dermatologists that have the breadth, the word that means like going this way. And then the depth.
It's kind of like
knowledge is the same thing, if not better. Just ask him. So now we know. I can't remember what surgeon was the one that came publicly and addressed this, and then Jolene Wright shared it. Totally unrelated. Josh, did you ever have a chia pet growing up?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, it's like trusting him to do your face is really no different than trusting, I don't know, a reality TV star to run a city. I mean, who needs people with experience?
Spencer?
Who needs people with experience when you can have someone who was a TV villain? I mean, a TV villain's doing just fine with the country.
There you go. To be fair, Spencer Pratt, not that I can vote for him, so it doesn't matter what I think. Spencer Pratt has a degree in political science. And let me point this out. I think a lot of times, I think they don't say it, but I think a lot of times when I give surgeons a hard time for not being professional in any way whatsoever by such a far stretch that it's cringy for everyone involved. When they go, I think in their minds they go like, yeah, but you look what you put up there. I go, yeah. You know what my degree is in? Acting. I have a BFA in acting. And I also have a degree it's an accredited school, Upright Citizens Brigade. I have a degree in improvisation. So I would say that my content fits my degreed skill set. Would you not agree,
100%,
Josh?
100%.
And then I happen to be a patient who's had many surgeries.
Yeah.
So I think the two combine in a way.
I think you're fully qualified for what you do.
Thank you, Josh.
Fully accredited.
Thank you.
Wait, so
Do we
are
like
the
color
Palisades
up or down?
Are the Palisades considered part of Los Angeles?
Yes.
Okay, so the Palisades are
Topanga Canyon is its own unaffiliated.
unaffiliated.
Is that what it is? Unaffiliated.
I guess.
Whatever. I think it's a different word, but it's okay. So I actually cannot.
Different fire department?
We do have our own fire department, yeah. Yeah, we have to. That's why most of Topanga didn't burn and all of the Palisades did. They actually were living in my house for the fire. They camp. They have to stay so they camp.
You're back at your house
I am back. Yeah, Josh.
for a while.
Yes,
Yeah.
for a year.
Is it better?
In what way?
Like, is it fine now?
Yeah, it was $75,000 in remediation for fire damage.
But you had to pay that?
Yeah, insurance covered some part of it. Yeah. It burned. It came right up to my house. I mean, it was like they literally were
I remember you were
standing
like upset.
on
You were
a
upset
lot
that
it
didn't
didn't
get it.
burn. I
Yeah.
know. Now I
I
have
agreed.
to deal with my life.
I was like, thank God. And you're like, no, it's worse.
I'm a Scorpio. Burn it to the ground. I will rise from the
Fresh
ashes.
start.
All will be fine.
We're glad you're back.
Thank you. I'm glad it didn't burn because there's things that you can't.
Replace.
People say, I know people go, oh, it's just things.
Yeah, but
People put a
nice
lot
things.
of time in, not in my house actually isn't. It's really not. But other people do put a lot of time and energy and curate their home, and you have memories, and all those things matter. And I don't like the opinion that it's just stuff. You know, when everything was going on, I was, there were some houses that were lost in Topanga, quite a few, but certainly nowhere near, the size of Manhattan, which was the Palisades. So, I was saying to friends, like, I would trade if I could. I would trade because I know how much love and care and the things that you've lost. It just wouldn't be the same for me.
Yeah.
I just don't. That's unfortunately, I wish I did, but it's almost I wonder if that's part of it, is that I'm afraid to commit.
You won't even commit to a couch.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I mean, I have a couch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm afraid to commit to time and effort in that way because it does seem so.
But it's like a hood rat couch. It's a one night.
I just said the other day, I was like, okay, I'm ready to get a new couch. Furniture is such a.
Just kick me to the curb.
Okay, Josh.
like all the rest of them.
So Okay, so let's knock out some stuff here. Okay, off the top, Dr. Chestnut, that is who we endorse as a facial plastic surgeon, the only person to go to, in my opinion.
Facetious.
Spiteful.
Spiteful.
The Puck article came out. Nobody talked about it because you had to pay to read it. I read it. It was a read between the lines article where Dr. Talley was mentioned at the beginning of the article and at the end of the article. And then you had to use everything else in your brain power to figure out why the article was written like that. Kris Jenner, today, breaking news, more breaking news, Josh. Kris Jenner comes out today. It's all over Page 6. It's all over People. It's all the surgeons are starting to comment on it. And so help me God, will you hear my wrath? If you were a surgeon who posted the now very debunked article about Kris Jenner being unhappy with her facelift, you fucking losers. I'm sorry. You can change. I don't mean to say you're a fucking loser and that's the end for you. I'm saying you're a fucking loser and now you have a little work to do to unfucking loser yourself. But I suggest it. Kris Jenner comes out and says the article is a flat out lie. She's on her daughter's podcast. The article is a flat out lie. How far she's going to go after that, I don't know. But I'd be afraid if I were the one that fed a fake story to Radar Online. I'd be a little scared right now. Jalal Abadi chimed in. Now, here's my thing with, he was one of the first ones in the stories that came out. Jolene Edgar shared it, and then he came on and said, look at these grown men who ran with this story, yada, yada, yada. It ties into this other issue, and I wish I could say his Merckx. Is that how you say his name? I don't freaking know how to say his name. I'm going to just call him Dr. Ryan, the R-I-A-N guy, Josh. Yeah. So he's a ridiculous person, and we'll get more into that in a second. So commenting on not commenting, Dr. Floor 11, is commenting. So I don't recommend that any of you address any of this. And then I was like, well, I get how, itchy it is to, you want to say something and you don't have to. You all have private conversations. They're all on private, group whatevers. Talk about it in there. And maybe they need to sign a declaration where they all can agree the boundaries of what can happen on Instagram, because the absolute circus that is plastic surgery right now on social media, it's embarrassing. You guys have worked so hard to then be a part of a joke. It's a joke the way it's represented and talked about and dealt with. It's shameful. And I'm here to point it out. Commenting to not comment is commenting, Dr. Floor 11, who then at the end of her video where she's talking about, I think she's more addressing this Dr. Ryan guy at this point. So Dr. Ryan came out and started attacking, and we'll get to the Tony Yoon of it too. He started attacking. He broke down why Kris Jenner's facelift is bad. Okay, we know who the surgeon is. He broke down why he thinks Denise Richards' facelift is bad. Okay, we know who the surgeon is. Now, Tony Yoon comes in and makes a video about why that he's crossed the line, how celebrities, analyzing celebrities' faces has just crossed the line. Now, if you scroll down on Tony Yoon's page, and this was the only point, I find Dr. Ryan's, it's so over the top and off-putting, this guy's, what he's been posting lately, that you could ignore it. It's that where you just let that, deranged child play by himself in the sandbox. We don't need to bother him. But the surgeons are up in arms over how offended they are on behalf of other people for him to attack these people. And then Tony Yoon comes on and says, you know, how horrible this is, which is fine. I agree. But if you scroll down Tony Yoon's page, you have 2 videos where he analyzes Jim Carrey's face and the rumors and the is it even Jim Carrey, yada 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 yada. I do not understand how that is any different. Is that different because some of us, how would I know? Some of us don't know who did Jim Carrey's facelift. I would say most people don't know who did Jim Carrey's facelift. And you'd hope that the person that did do Jim Carrey's facelift, you know, followed HIPAA laws and kept his mouth shut and didn't go around and tell people who then told people who then maybe told anyone. I don't know.
What's the punishment for breaking the HIPAA?
Is 0.0. It is. I mean, someone could sue. Jim Carrey could sue if he found out that his surgeon was going around before he came out publicly, because now nobody wants to take credit for it. But
I'm going to look up the punishment for HIPAA.
So, Josh, I want to do a little thought experiment, because I don't see why Tony Yoon can analyze Jim Carrey's face, and since we don't know who that surgeon is, theoretically, that's okay, and that surgeon isn't able to then defend themselves because of HIPAA. But it's okay. It's okay for Tony Yoon to do that, but it's not okay for Dr. Ryan to do that. I just saying that, like, for Tony Yoon to come, you know, seems a little hypocritical. And hey, maybe that spot it if you got it. But from one hypocrite to another, I don't know exactly what I'm hypocritical about, but I'm sure something. Many things. The rules don't apply to me. Suckers. So we're going to do a little thought experiment here, because I think people need it. They need to see it.
Up to $2 million and 10 years in prison. Up to. At a minimum of $100 and no prison.
Yeah. And a minimum of don't waste your time.
Depends on the
fighting it
violation.
Yeah.
Willful versus negligent.
Okay. We're going to do, and I know the board doesn't show up on here, but hold on.
It's angled. The more you angle it towards me, the more it shows
better?
up. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, make sure the TV doesn't fall. That's bad. That's way better. Okay. Here, I'll even stop.
Okay, a little
stop
thought
down.
experiment. Since you guys have to see it written out, you can't. Tony Yoon, you joke. And then Tony Yoon turns comments off. He says it's important to have an honest conversation with him and Dr. Ryan, and then he turns his comments off.
An honest conversation with him, just not on the only place you can reach him.
Yeah.
An honest conversation with him for $2,000 an hour.
Okay, so we have patient A and patient B. We know that patient A's surgeon is, let's say, Tally. Let's say Tally. Okay, so we have patient A, and we know that surgeon is Tally. And then we have patient B, and we don't know who that surgeon is. Now let's say, as a thought experiment, just making this up as a theory of why maybe Tony Yoon is absolutely in the wrong. Content creator, Tony Yoon. Let's say that it's the same surgeon. This one's public. This one is still protected with HIPAA. We can't publicly critique this one, right? This one that we know the surgeon. But this one, this patient, whoever it may be. We don't know the surgeon. We're allowed to critique the facelift. Do I have this correct, Josh? Does that make sense to you? Because that seems to be Tony Yoon's thought process. This one okay to critique, this one not okay. Even, let's say, for example, if it was, just for an example, the same surgeon. Yeah? Good?
Seems like it.
Seems okay? Or seems like maybe we shouldn't be critiquing any patients or any celebrities online.
It's really fucked up to be criticizing the patients.
Right. But it's also fucked up, wouldn't you say, to criticize someone who is a patient but hasn't come out saying that they're a patient, and so we're just analyzing their face?
Totally.
It's ridiculous.
It should be like a different type of HIPAA violation.
Right. Yeah.
Like, there should be like a HIPAA for like I mean, I guess what you're getting into, and a very popular topic on the show, is defamation.
Correct.
I guess that's an interesting question. Is it defamation? If you're a doctor, I think if you're a doctor and someone hasn't whether or not they had work done, if they haven't publicly come out about having work done and you're saying they're having work done, whether or not they've had work done, I think should be in like a defamation HIPAA kind of what's it called when you have the two circles?
The Venn diagram.
There's like a little Venn diagram of like you're outing you're using your expertise to make people believe that this person got a procedure that they don't want to be public about, and you're a doctor, so you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. Clinical style. If you're gonna be on Instagram, clinical style Instagram pages.
Ethics.
Otherwise, you guys are just competing with each other's algorithms, and it's just so awful. Happy birthday to Mike Roskis, who comments to not comment. Shirtless surgeons, always shirtless. Dr. Chestnut, who is the only facial plastic surgeon that we endorse on this show. Dr. Sean Alemi, is that his name? Dr. Medicina, or however you say his name. Got those shirtless guys there. Josh, we missed the New York City Facelift Conference 2.0 with Dr. Kassir. We were never invited.
It was over. They didn't have you host.
They did not have me host.
This is ridiculous.
Josh, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. So they had their little, I used to call LACMA, the LACMA conference that they would have, which I think they just finished up, and there's some pictures of, I don't know what this theme is. Sometimes they're just as genies or
Can you throw a ball and host it? Would any plastic surgeons come to the hard plastic comedy ball? Would any of them show their faces?
I don't know. I intentionally put myself in a position like with Dr. Kassir, how clearly I've pissed him off because I suggested that his 1 million followers weren't real. This is just where
100%.
No shit, Josh.
Allegedly. In our opinion. Well, 100% fact, allegedly, in our opinion.
Josh said it. I did it. My lawyer's like, just don't say it's a fact. I'm like, okay. So here's the thing, though. Okay, so what we've got with these surgeons is we've got, this guy. He's got 1 million followers. We should trust him as a surgeon. He's an honest guy. And then, for example, this is a picture that he uses to promote himself. And then this is a picture of him from his party. I'm not the one making you questionable. This is, you're telling me people don't have, like, they can't, it's just so frustrating, whatever. But here's the problem. So I don't, I talk, and I, clearly have pissed him off. He's never going to be warmed up to me. He's never going to invite me to his conference, which it does look like a fabulous conference. It's very well done. Lots of money put into it. And then they did seem to have a fun party Now, Josh, the entertainment, and so what I'm going to say, like if anyone's going to come to my party, I sort of put them in a intentionally in a position to anything that I might suggest would like make me happy, they want to rebel against, which is so no, I don't think many of them would come. Like maybe I could get Gould to come, but what are you doing?
I'm looking at Dr. Kassir's Instagram.
Oh, okay, fine. Well, tell me when you're doing something.
I was trying to investigate maybe, but I don't know.
Okay, so this is the picture.
I mean, Gianmarco Ceresi has 1.2 million followers. He's a comedian, and like his videos frequently have like 7 million views.
We don't need to analyze the 1 million. I don't think there's a lot of mystery in the 1 million followers. There's not a lot of mystery to.
He definitely has some.
Everybody has some. Everybody has some. But like then he goes and puts on a conference, which looks like a great conference. It does a great job. I think he missed his calling, frankly. So he's an event producer. So
a conferencer.
A conferencer. So he puts on this conference, and what these things do is, so now he's putting on a conference, and he gets a lot of attention for that. So he might not be getting the Dr. Kassir's the greatest plastic surgeon that ever lived, which maybe was his first angle. Oh, look, he's got 1 million followers. Well, now he's throwing conferences. Okay, so now he's popular among the surgeons. Not that he wasn't already, but they want to be invited to the conference. They want to speak at the conference. It's a great conference. These are you know what I mean? These are just the tools they use to market their ego, in my opinion. And at these conferences, I think it is an opportunity. I think there's a lot of great discussions that seem to be had. So Dr. Chance is there, and I love when she's there because she brings a feminine point of view to these surgeons who are working on predominantly females. So you might want to listen to what she has to say, especially when it comes to dealing with patients' emotions. They had the same entertainment, I believe, the same singer guy, talented guy, that they did last year.
Not famous?
No. Very talented. I guess he was sort of somewhere. I don't know if he was a runner-up for American Idol. I don't know if he may have won American Idol. I've never heard of his name before.
Do you know what his name is?
No, I don't know what his name is. He's like a crooner.
Everyone's cowards now.
But
everyone's cowards.
But they had
no comedian. You're not having someone come and roast everyone.
I know.
Trump having the mentalist that can't see an assassin coming. Like the most embarrassing possible scenario. But the most embarrassing of all possible scenarios for Oz Perlman is is not seeing
save the president.
Not only did it happen while he was on. Not only did it happen while he was the mentalist, it happened while he was on stage performing. It's like the worst possible everything. Anyone that gets near him gets ruined.
Whoa, hold on, I don't have bottoms on.
And then
okay, but
but then Kassir, get a comedian, roast yourself, show you guys have a sense of humor.
So they don't. They're so sensitive.
They're so sensitive.
You have to be sensitive to buy a million
all these lawsuits
followers.
going left and right that we talked about on the show.
Yeah, it's wild. So, but
we have to say allegedly in our opinion after every comment.
Sentence. So, right, the sports gossip girls can go analyze Mike Vrabel or whatever his name is to the end of the earth, and they're fine. Because that niche has already been carved out in sports. It's already been carved out in celebrity. It hasn't been carved out in the plastic surgery.
You're a pioneer.
I'm a pioneer.
You're the John Madden of
and I get
surgery.
That reference completely. So
Sports Center.
He played football, right? Okay, so
he was an analyst.
I'm the JJ Redick of podcasting. Don't like me. I'll get hired.
Plastic surgery podcasting.
Someone somewhere for a great job. Okay.
I don't think they like to see how these numbers are growing for the show.
That's so weird. Every time I wear a short skirt, I always have to do a better episode.
I see.
So Josh, but what I want to say about the entertainment at Dr. Kassir's, they seem to be having a great time. I saw clips. I don't know. I don't think I screen recorded it, but there was a kick line on stage. The surgeons really seem to be enjoying the party and enjoying the singer. And that's if that's all they need for entertainment and that's enough for them and that's going to fill them to 100% satisfaction, they don't need me. I'll be a waste of time and energy. I will blow. They will come all over the room. It would be a mess. It would be a sticky mess if I was able to express my talents for them, for their enjoyment and entertainment. I would make fun of myself and them. But they don't want that. It's way too sensitive. It's the same with the comedians have said this, why the Academy Awards is such a tough gig and why some people don't want it, because those actors do not want to be made fun of. They're sitting there wanting to be praised. They are too sensitive. They don't. It's not funny to them.
Wanting to be praised and also in a stressful situation.
Yeah.
It
sure.
Like you might have to give a speech.
It's too much to think about. You're like, I can't laugh about this.
I mean, look
right
what happened
now.
to Will Smith. He broke.
Some people say that was staged.
No.
Some people say that was staged.
To whose benefit?
I don't know, Josh. I don't. So to go back, okay, so we've got this Dr. Ryan guy, and so now we've moved on a bit. We moved on for a few days. I mean, there was a quiet before the next storm for a few days, which is always what happens with these people. So a quiet before the storm for a few days. The Kris Jenner thing had died down. Everybody had posted that, oh, now it's not true. And then Dr. Ryan's videos start to get some attention and all of the surgeons lose their mind about Dr. Ryan. Now, there's just one other tidbit that I wanted to add about this Dr. Ryan guy. Allegedly, in my opinion, I think you can look it up in legal records, he is in a lawsuit for offing someone from of a facelift he gave. Not the easiest way.
Someone died during his facelift?
Yes. Allegedly, in my opinion, I think it's like they're going to trial. The family's trying to get some money.
Factually, the person died in the facelift?
I have to look up to
we don't want
to.
But the lawsuit is essentially about someone dying in or because of the facelift. Not the anesthesia.
And so this guy thought it was a good idea to, while he's fast-tracked to trial because the family wants some money to ease their pain, he thought it's a good idea to bring more attention to himself and go after one of the most celebrated surgeons in the world.
Ugh.
So that's part of the drama. But now we know. So Dr. Ryan is a board-certified plastic surgeon, but thank God, because of this conversation, because of the attention that he has drawn to himself, we know that we don't need to go see a board-certified plastic surgeon if we want a facelift. We can go to a board-certified dermatologist who has enough breadth and depth.
1 to 2 deaths per year from facelift.
Per year?
Per year. What they say, 1 in 90,000
Miami
to
plastic
200,000.
surgeon denies using too much anesthetic causing patient death.
Yeah, so it was the anesthesia.
Okay. So that was 2025. Let's see if we can get an updated.
I just want to see the one time the article comes out. Doctor admits to using too much anesthesia. Patient staff.
Okay.
I want to see that one.
I'm going to
the self-aware doctor who just like takes responsibility for their actions.
Was like, you know what? Whoops. Okay, I was going to TikTok to get down to the real story, but the service in here isn't so great. So TikTok is anyway sensitive to no internet. Okay. Anyway, we will be continuing that story, but boy, does he have everyone's white coat in a bunch. The very short list of surgeons who haven't publicly commented on bullshit drama online. Dr. Chance, as far as I know.
Good job, Dr. Chance. Not taking any chances.
Dr. Nyack. And now I'm learning Dr. Nyack and ENT, which we love. We don't need a board certified plastic surgeon, but I think you're supposed to call them an oncologist. They prefer that or whatever the word is. But I don't say ENT out of any disrespect. I just don't. I'm just a girl.
I'm just a baby.
In a white blazer without a shirt on underneath. I don't know anything. Dr. Talley. Dr. Talley.
Tally.
And that's the list of surgeons, as far as I know, that haven't commented online. Dr. Levine. Although he did with that Puck article. That's what people didn't realize. So that Puck article, not only he liked it from his Instagram account, which he doesn't use. It's not an active, really, Instagram account. But his Instagram account did like the Puck article that came out to defend, whatever the real story is. And I believe it says the picture that they used was sent from him, like it was supplied, like they gave the picture credit to him, meaning that he approved for that picture to be used in the article. So there was backing from Dr. Levine. You guys did it. You crushed a poor and innocent soul, forcing him in some way to get involved. Congratulations. I hope you all feel really good about yourselves. And again, so help me God, I don't remember if I said it earlier in the show. Will I be cross-referencing the list of people? Oh, let's get to the loser list. Cross-referencing the list of the people who shared, commented, mentioned the bullshit story about Kris Jenner, and to see now how many are going to comment on her coming out and saying it wasn't true. I recommend, if you don't want to be dragged on this show any longer, that you just keep your mouth shut and maybe delete your post. Go ahead and delete your post. It's okay. It's not admitting guilt. It's admitting that you're able to look at the situation, change your mind, and do something differently. Okay? That's
Amen.
good.
Amen.
We like that. You don't have to dig your heels in, and go, I'm really glad that I posted about Kris Jenner. I really feel good about that. I'm not going to delete it. Delete it. Loser list. Dr. Sammy, Dr. Diana Ponsky, Alyssa NP, probably not a surgeon, Dr. Dorfman. That guy, honestly, when you got a girlfriend, that's hot.
How old is Dr. Dorfman?
He's young.
Okay. I dated a girl named Dorfman.
Oh, this is a man who looks like a young boy. Dr. Kalaman, Dr. Todd NYC, Manish Shah, MD, again, this is the loser list, Dr. Irina Tavildal, Dr. Philip Schoenfeld, Clinical Vaping, we'll put in the pictures here, doesn't matter what I say, Real Doctor Worldwide, these are great. Who helped you with these guys, with these Instagram handles? Jaya Raleigh, and many more. Terry DeBro posting about Jim Carrey. Let's not. Dr. Orion did Brandy Glanville's tits. Congratulations. Oh, this is what I wanted to say about the Floor 11 comment. Okay, so here's the thing with her. I really don't like her simply based on the way she looks. People look like their personality. Oftentimes.
I would agree in large part.
So, that Cindy Lou Who mom face that she has rubs me the wrong way just by looking at her. And I know that's really, we're not allowed to say that in 2026. So sorry. She does this post, she's very serious. She's a very serious woman, and everything that she says has been thought out well, and she has a really respectable point of view. And and everyone should take her seriously. She's an oculoplastic surgeon, so another person who I'd feel very comfortable going and getting a facelift from, because it's all the same thing. The core four, it doesn't matter what their training is. The breadth and the depth. She does her whole video. We don't need to be commenting. Let me comment on how we don't need to be commenting on other people's. Let's not attack. Yeah, blah 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 blah. She has to film from this angle. Blah 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 blah. Like and comment if you agree. Like and comment if you agree. And
we
then
don't need
in
to be
the
commenting.
comments-
We don't need to be
Enough
commenting.
with the commenting. Comment to comment. And then in the comments, someone said something about clout farming or like whatever it was, like reaching whatever it is. Like, and she was like, I don't even know what that means. She's like, what does that even mean? Oh, it's what you did at the end of your very disingenuous video where you made a video about how to be respectful and sophisticated and have some dignity to only say, like and comment if you agree. I do not take you seriously. I know they all like you. I know I don't care. To me, you're a joke. You guys got to cool it with the Instagram.
Just a heads up if you want me to get it to you before therapy.
Yeah, we'll wrap up. Dr. Richard Brown, not super, he's buddy with Yoon. I'm not super, his style of Instagram is certainly obviously not to my taste, but he's super cute with his wife. We like to see it. Rurik defending the smaz. Yeah, you guys really have made a mess of it. And so when you have patients coming in confused, it's your fault. And when you have to spend a majority of your consults telling them your point of view and explaining to them why so much of what they see online is wrong, it's your fault. And you all should write some sort of declaration of stopping the bullshit, and I'll sign it and cut it out. But you can't do that because you're all little sneaky little fuckers, and someone's going to slide out and be a little scumbag snake, and it'll all start all over again. I'd like to point out this last surgeon, one of the surgeons that was at the New York City facelift conference. Josh does this work where he's basically doing complete facial transformations for people that have been burned horribly.
That's good stuff.
And I have not looked, I don't remember his name, but it's here. And I have
Can't
not
wait to read a
looked.
story about one of them being unhappy with their facelift.
I have not looked at his Instagram, or if he has an Instagram or whatever it is. I might follow him. I know I follow one of these guys that does incredible work, and I don't know if it's the same person, but the point is, I don't think I need to go to his Instagram to find out that he doesn't post any bullshit about anything, because his work is serious. Are plastic surgeons or plastic surgeon adjacent, Team Chestnut, is their work serious? Is your guys' work serious? Everybody respects this guy because his work is serious. And I think most surgeons, facial plastic surgeons, regardless of where you trained, would consider their work being serious. They see the profound effect that they can have on people to make them happier and more confident, or fix an oddity or whatever it is. So maybe you should take it seriously. So I recommend you take your shirt off in your Instagram video and breath and depth the fuck out of yourselves. Love you all. Have a great week.